mother, what you cooking, man?
He's alive. I am back. I'm here. What's up, fellas? Good morning. It's Iron Mind.
So back.
Tuesday morning. I'm so back. Listen, hey, I got to confess two things. One, I slept in last week. Oh, man, right through my alarm. Can't believe it. Crazy. It happens. Sorry I missed you guys last week. Number two, Pedro's in the intro video now. What's up?
Woo woo! It's about time. I'm official now. I mean, it only took me like 10 weeks, you know.
I mean, you were on the graphic display. Just took me a while to get you on the video, but all good. But good morning, fellas. Good to see everybody. Thanks to our friends over at Chain for the nice t-shirts. Always appreciate that. What's good out there? What's going on? What is going on?
What is going on, everybody? It is a good morning indeed. Good to be back on a Tuesday. You know what's great about it, Trey, is this great lesson in the U last week, and something I've actually been talking about with a lot of people, especially it being August. I posted a video the other day, August. A friend of mine, Joe Rinaldi, I saw a video and I kind of tagged along with it. We call this time of year separation season. Separation season is where people are, the separation season is a time and period where a lot of people are letting their foot off the gas, and then there's a very few people who recommit and stay committed to whatever the work there is going on. And so things like that, things that cause separation season are like what happened last Tuesday. Oh, you slept in, and we're at that point now where people are letting certain things like travel, work, derail them from whatever their goals are or whatever they set out to do, whatever they want to do. They're going to let the minor stresses and inconveniences throw them off and say, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. But instead, here you are next week. Instead of just saying like, oh, I missed an episode, I suck, I guess I'm not cut out to be on Iron Minds. Nope, you're back here on a Tuesday.
Yeah, baby. Well, I will say you guys did let me know that I do suck. That did happen. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Like, it's good to be back. I mean, here's the lesson.
In our defense, we made sure you were alive first.
You did. That's true.
Yes,
that's true.
thank you, Nick. I was going to say that
once you know I was alive, then the truth started to come out, just to make sure it's good. But here's the biggest lesson I'm learning lately. I've been really focusing on this phrase. I had a friend share it with me probably 2 months ago, because I tend to be an all or nothing kind of guy. I think a lot of us competitive people tend to be that way sometimes. But he gave me the phrase progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Like, hey, you may not get it right every day, but are you progressing? Are you moving in the right direction overall? And just giving yourself a little grace. Like, man, I didn't plan on sleeping in last week. We were at Bit Freighter. It was super hot in Nashville. It was so exhausting. We were out there for 6 hours playing golf, raising money for lessons. They raised $60,000, which was so cool that they did that. But, man, I just had no idea I was that tired. I mean, I went to bed at normal time. I didn't wake up. So it is what it is. It happened. But progress over perfection. And that's really helped me, I think, give myself grace and be like, all right, it didn't happen today, but tomorrow I'll be right back at it, or later this afternoon or whatever. And so that's been huge, to have that mindset of, hey, I'm not going to get it right every day, but let me get it right most days. That matters.
I think that sort of burnout factor that Michael was just talking about doesn't just apply to our fitness lives. I mean, anybody chasing goals, we're creeping up on the fourth quarter here, and people are tired. It's a long year, it's a long life, and we don't just get separated from our activities. When we begin to get separated from our goals, it gets even harder to perform the activities. So to your point about just getting back up on the next cycle, take pressure off ourselves from what we expect out of ourselves. It's more about the effort than the outcome.
That's right. That's exactly right. Good morning to everybody out there. Taylor Barker says, "Dan, you boys up early." Jessica Howington, happy Tuesday. Always good to see you, my friend. And Natasha says, "Good morning." Good morning, Natasha. What are you guys doing this morning? How are you guys getting after it today? Let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear that. But, you're absolutely right. Like, we're at the end of summer, school's starting, life is getting busy, things are happening, schedules are changing. And I think you're right, Nick. Like, people might be just tired from the summer. It's hot. You're outside, you're outdoors, get worn out, running the kids around everywhere, going on vacation, doing all those things, and now school starts.
I'm sorry, I thought I was on a delay for a second.
Oh, you're good.
For travel, I'm traveling tomorrow, and I'm actually going to go up to the Vineyard. I'm going to go see my dad for a few days, and which is really exciting because I haven't seen him in 2 years and don't know, the next time I'll get to, because he lives in the hardest place to get to that ever existed. But that said,
in the continental United States.
Yeah, I'm going for just a short couple days, but we're right in the thick of Ironman training, and so I'm not just, I'll see if I can squeeze a workout in when I get there. No, I'm planned it. I've already planned it. I planned my runs. I planned my swim. I even got my dad's girlfriend. She's going to get up and go do a nice walk on the beach while I go do my open water swim. But if it's important, you schedule it, you plan it, you pack for it, and you tell other people you're going to do it.
Yeah, it changes everything. That's so true. Jessica, she is walking on a treadmill and tuning in as always. Jessica, we appreciate you. Yeah, planning it, I think, is the biggest part of it. And telling, and then you said, the last thing you said, Nick, is so important. Telling other people what you're going to do, giving them permission to check on you and help you out. That's so huge. Natasha says school has me up and early, and Jess has forced me into my treadmill. Jessica, way to go. Nice job.
There's also a little bit of sacrifice to be made too, because I get it. It's like, it's vacation. I want to sleep in, have my comfort, do whatever, but that means if I want to spend that time with my dad and I want to meet my goals, they're my goals. I'm the one who set them. Nobody else put them on me except for Michael and Alex, really, but we'll talk about that another time. So since they're my goals, that means I might have to get up a little bit earlier to make sure that I can still do all the things that I want to do.
Love that.
Yeah, I did the same thing last weekend. I'm doing the same thing this weekend. Last weekend, it was an annual trip. We take to Port Aransas, and I brought my bike. I brought my running shoes. I brought the fuel that I take on the bike, and even though we were there for 4 days, I still brought the bike with me. And I was only on the bike once. I still brought it with me because it was that important that I get that level of ride in. And then same thing with even that Saturday morning. It's just that's the intention. That's the intention behind it. That's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be the same thing. I'm going up to the Northeast this week for some weddings, and I'm going to be bringing this stuff with me, carving out the time in between.
Dude, are we both be in New England?
Yeah, I'll be in Maine. I'll be in Maine on Friday. And then I still need to work both Thursday and Friday, so I'm navigating around it. But yeah, I have a wedding in Maine on Friday, and then in Connecticut on Saturday. It's wildly inconvenient. It's a short stint of going there. I'm going home, can't even really see anybody while I'm home, and then come right back. And I'm going to take that time to still get miles in to make sure my volume is good for the week, because that's more important than, because, again, that's where a lot of people say, I've got this travel. I guess that's it. I guess I can't do anything now because I'm traveling, which makes quite possibly zero sense. Because if you're traveling, you're already traveling for something, for a reason, and it could be a wedding or otherwise. So you're already doing that, which is good in itself.
Yep.
But to travel and then just ignore your own priorities, and if people are trying to say like, why do you have to do it? Why can't you just take a break? And it's like, once again, that's all that is just projection, self-projection. They're not doing the same things you are, and so they're going to try to guilt you for it. But it doesn't. It's mind over matter at that point. The people who are trying to be like, yeah, you're on vacation, can you just slow down? It's like, well, no. It's I committed to something. I have to follow through with it.
Slow down. You don't see me
That's
spending
right.
7 hours on the bike today, do you? No. I'll tell you what else too, though. It's a hell of a way to experience places. Like, I love getting to run or exercise in different locations. And I'll tell you what, it was 90 something, 99 degrees, like 109 with the real feel yesterday. I cannot wait to go for a run in New England.
Yeah, dude, exactly. The crisp, cool mornings. Yeah, it makes a big difference. And I remember when we were training for half marathons and we'd go visit my sister, we just had to tell her, hey, we got to get in a 2 hour run. So, let us know when it's best for what you want to do. Like, we're not trying to rock your boat this whole weekend, but we got to get a 2 hour run. So when's the best time to do that? And just talking to them about it, it was easy to get it in. And they knew we wanted to do it. They kept us accountable. So certainly talking about it definitely matters. Hey, John's at the airport waiting for a plane to take off. John, drop down and do some push-ups and record it and see what people around you have to say. Let's go.
My
Take
buddy
over that
Tom,
airport.
my buddy Tom, an obstacle course racer, he always does airport burpees or state sign burpees if he's driving.
John's probably all dapped up though. He's probably not in the suit. He's probably looking sharp. He might not want to.
All the more reason.
Hey,
Play like a champion.
That's right. It's awesome. Yeah, looks like he's Nevada bound. Love seeing the conversation in the chat. But it's just about being intentional. It's all what it's about.
The intent. Some people discourage the airport movement, but again, it falls right in line with fitness matching your lifestyle. Like to make travel be the excuse on why you can't do certain things, why you can't do things you want to do, whether it's physique or race goals and otherwise. If you're in airports a lot right now, that might be your time to do it. And it's funny. There's a lot of people who I've seen like memes about it. People are like, wow, people used to dress up to go to the airport and stuff. And I kind of see the reasoning behind it, but I'm always wearing athleisure at the airport because I'm doing some laps. I'm going back and forth. I'm gonna hang in a low plank for 30 on, 30 off, or 60 on, whatever.
Plus, you got a layer. You never know if it's going to be hot or cold on that plane. You got a layer.
I basically dress in pajamas and sweats because you don't know how cold or hot it's going to be on the plane.
Yeah. I wear a pair of shorts, a shirt. Then I wear like swooshy pants, like workout pants, and a sweatshirt. And that way I can take things off and put them on whatever I need to do in that regard. So it makes it a lot easier. But I mean, think about this. You're going to sit on a plane for 3 hours. Like, it'd be a good time to stretch, get a little movement in before you sit on that plane for 3 hours and let everything get locked up. But good to have you with us this morning, John. Safe travels, my friend. Hope it goes well. Getting you wherever you're headed wherever you're going today. Wherever you're headed.
John's starting a whole new venture out in Vegas or Nevada.
Out in Nevada, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Where are you going, John? Where in Nevada are you going? You going to Reno? Or you going to Vegas?
He's going to Henderson. He's going to Henderson. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, him and his whole family, they're moving, bro. They're picking everything up from New York and they're moving out to Henderson. So I bet he's probably going out there for a job interview or something right now.
That's a change. That's crazy. But there's some cool stuff down there. We were just in southern Utah, which is not far from Vegas. And man, what a beautiful part of the country. I mean, Zion National Park was incredible. Grand Canyon's not far from there. Hoover Dam's amazing right there, just outside of Henderson. Like, what a crazy, beautiful part of the country down there. It'd be hot though, that's for sure.
Leave it.
But beautiful, absolutely beautiful there.
Time to turn around this way.
Oh,
this way.
You got the dogs with you?
I got Wolfie with me today. Say hi, Wolf.
Nice. I was like, who's he talking to?
Yeah, I figured.
Nice.
Because I'm going away tomorrow. My wife usually likes to walk the dogs in the morning. Plus, I'm usually doing my workout. But I wanted to spend a little extra time with them since I'm going away tomorrow. So I figured I'll do my stretching when I get back. And I already went to the gym and did the bike this morning, like we said. And then
where are you heading tomorrow? What do you got going on?
I'm flying up to Martha's Vineyard to go see my dad.
That's the trip tomorrow. Okay, I didn't know if that was the timing or not. Nice, very cool. That is going to be nice, cool, dude. That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful.
It occurred to me the last time I was there that literally I was only there for like 2 days because it was not cheap to begin with, and it's already like stupid expensive. It's so hard to visit. I could never afford to go back there. But So my wife and I went there for like 2.5 days in September 2 years ago, and I saw my dad for a couple minutes, whatever. And as he was saying goodbye to us at the boat, that's when it occurred to me. I'm like, I could probably count on one hand how many more times I'm going to see him. He's 72 years old. He lives 2,000 miles in a boat ride away, and time goes by quick. So a couple months ago, I was like, hey, I'm going to fly up to go see you. I don't know when I'm going to make it happen. We'll just set aside the time because, well, it's important. A friend of mine, another obstacle course racer, had actually posted a video about how he goes fishing with his brother every year, just once a year. And that's when he's still in his 30s or just about turned 40. And when he did this, he was like, dude, even if we live to be old age, I can start counting exactly how many more times I'm going to get to go fishing with my brother. Yeah. And it just put it in perspective for me that I'm like, whatever you think you need that plane ticket money for, you don't need it that bad.
Yeah. Man. So what's the trip to Martha's Vineyard? Where do you fly into? And then it's a boat ride to get over, or a little?
Well, actually, normally,
plane?
Normally I would fly into Boston, Logan Airport, and then either rent a car or probably take a bus down to. Sorry, hold on.
And you take the ferry
Woods
over.
Hole. Yeah. There's a town called Woods Hole, which is down on Cape Cod, and it's just literally it's like a boat ramp. I don't know how they manage all the traffic they do. And then it's a 45-minute steamship ride over to the island. Now, that said, though, if you do it that way, it will take you an entire day to get there, and you might not even make it there, depending on what time of year you're going, because in the wintertime, the boats stop running early. So I'm going to actually fly right from Tampa to, I think we connect in New York, and that's going to fly directly to the Vineyard, which is
wildly a little puddle jumper over to the Vineyard.
I hope it's not an 8-seater because it is flying out of JFK. But if it is, I'll bring the Dramamine.
Yeah, those things are a little rocky.
Yeah, I've bet on them before to get there. I've flown there from Boston for it, so it can be. But I will tell you though, this is the coolest week of the year to be there because there's a couple things that go on. I don't know if you've ever seen the pictures or if you ever know much about the island, but there's these things called the campgrounds, and people refer to them as the gingerbread houses, and they're actually like really old, really cool looking like gingerbread houses. And on Wednesday night, they put all these Chinese lanterns outside and they light them up, and it's called Illumination Night, and everybody walks around. I'll send pictures. But then they've got the agricultural fair this weekend, which is pretty much like every fair that you've ever been to, but doesn't have quite as much fried junk, and it has a lot more like local agricultural stuff. I'm just super excited because it was like my favorite thing to do as a kid. Plus I'll get to see a bunch of people and eat a bunch of good food.
Nice.
And then on Friday night is the fireworks, and then I fly home.
Nice. Well, have a good trip, man. Be safe. Have fun. Send us some pictures, man. I want to see the island. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, but I've heard it's beautiful. I've heard it's an awesome place,
It used to be. I imagine it still is.
Yeah, probably hard to mess that place up, I would imagine, for the most part. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. Listen, it is the last week of August, pretty much, or getting close to last week of August. Kids are going back to school. Schedules are changing. This is a time when people often lose sight of their goals and lose focus because the schedule changes. And so it's really important to be intentional when the schedule changes to change whatever you need to change to stay on track. So it might be that you were able to get up in the morning and work out. Kids were sleeping in and you had all the time in the world. Now morning routines, you got to get the kids up and get them to school. When are you going to change? When are you going to make sure you get it in? Again, it's all about being intentional and making it a part of your calendar. It's like, got to be a part of the day that you're going to have. And I think a lot of people, whenever schedules change, they often lose momentum. They lose some of that focus sometimes. So that's important for people to do right now as kids are going back to school.
It's an interesting topic because I mean, what's great is, I'm just hitting 2 years of coaching at Orange Theory. And that's where I've really learned so much about just people development and working with people and meeting them where they're at and then meeting me where I'm at. And I mean, and I've seen these schedule changes for people when it comes to summer vacation, and especially with teachers and parents alike. And like these members who go to our studios have it dialed in where they have a different, because that's what's great about group fitness, why I encourage it, especially if you're especially if you're not an over-the-road driver, I encourage it to so many people because when it comes to Orange Theory, you have to schedule it. Like you want to book ahead on the app in case class fills in. So it's something you can put on your calendar and based off of the class time. So you could just throw it in the schedule. And the teachers and the parents alike, they're working out at different times over the summer than they are in the school year. They make it happen.
Yeah.
They make it work. And in comparison, again, when schedules changes, people will let that minor inconvenience of, oh my God, this one thing just changed. I guess it's all over. But yet when it comes to our jobs, when it comes to work, things get thrown at us all the time. Projects go down. Things end up things end up failing. Whatever doesn't go through. And we still continue to pick up and go back to work and do it. And it's the same type of mental endurance you have at work to keep persevering and pushing through when things are getting thrown at you. Especially if you're working in the freight world, like how many random fires do you need to put out throughout the day? If you're a broker or whatever, how many, if you have to have that, if your truck gets, if a truck is down and needs to get repowered or whatever, you're trying to make sure all your trucks are covered, all your freight is covered on a weekend or something like that. Like you'll go ahead and do that. But when one thing kind of throws a snag in your own personal life schedule, it's like, oh, I guess I can't do this anymore. It's over. I'm done. And it's like, it falls into quitting. And it's, again, it goes back to that progress over perfection. It is about being consistently good all the time, as opposed to being just occasionally great, being consistently good. And that's why when I talk to people about goal setting, and there's a driver I was talking to the other day about kind of what he should be doing, because he was asking about certain diet regimens, like, should I eat 3 meals a day? Should I do X, Y, Z? And I'm like, what you need to do, you need to meet yourself where you are and not let it be like, you just need to put the right system in place. And when I give people goals, it's like, do this, pick one thing, commit to it over the next 5 of 7 days. If you only get it 4 out of 7 days, then go for 5 of 7 days the next time. And then once you've done 5 or 7, go for 6 of 7. That's how you incorporate a system into your life that is going to be sustainable for the rest of your life, as opposed to trying to completely overhaul what your life is currently or letting one thing take you off what you're trying to do.
You're absolutely right.
Would be to dial back expectations. So if my normal workout, and I'm just going to make times up here, if my normal workout's 2 hours long, including warm-ups and run and everything, and I'm in a new routine, new system, new schedule, and I don't know how long everything's going to take, what time I got to leave, all that other nonsense, rather than skip the whole workout altogether, if I can do 20 minutes, that's what I'm going to do. And then I learn what I'm capable of doing in that time frame while I adjust. I will do something, and that's how I get my bearings, rather than just assume that I can't get anything done. Because you ultimately find out that you adapt to the changes around you a lot quicker than you think you're going to as well.
Something is better than nothing. I've learned that in life. Better to do something than to do nothing. But you're absolutely right about that, because as things change, you might not have the exact amount of times you had before, but you got to just adjust and do something. And I think it goes back to the idea of like giving yourself grace, giving yourself a little bit of grace as you're trying to figure some things out, and just keep moving. Don't get stuck. Don't stop. I think people, it just happens without knowing it. Like you go 1 day off becomes 5 days off, becomes 2 weeks off, and then you're really out of the rhythm and, feeling like you've lost all momentum and all that kind of stuff. Just changing the way we view ourselves, the way we think about things.
I think that there's a quote I shared in the Slack group, which, by the way, if anybody wants to join the Iron Mind Slack group, you give one of us a holler, drop daily quotes, motivation in there. And I think it's like, it's something along the lines of, you're still, no matter how, almost like a mile's a mile no matter what. And it's like, no matter what, you're faster than everybody who's on the couch, so to speak.
Yeah.
So if you just by showing up, like you've already put yourself in a top 1% minority, and you're already faster than the people who are staying seated.
I even said this in my book. I am a faster marathoner than 99.95% of all other Americans. because
That's right.
because 99.95% of Americans do not run marathons.
Right, don't even doing it. That's right. That is so true. Just showing up. And Michael, I like what you said about group fitness classes. I think one of the real perks that people don't realize is that idea of signing up for the class in advance. Puts it on your calendar, puts it in your mind. You've got to show up. People are expecting you, taking the spot. You know, like that's a real powerful thing to follow through just by signing up and knowing that people are expecting you to be there when you get there. You know,
the coach expects you to be there. Yep.
I have a quick confession to make. My dog, Wolfie, look. Apparently, apparently we need to sharpen this iron because we said we're going for a 30-minute walk. I didn't say get thirsty and want to go home after 20. So we're going to talk about this when I get back.
That's right. We got to work on the stamina. He's got 5 more minutes to go, you know.
Time for your dog to go one more.
That's right. One more.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, start playing Ed Milet in the background. Just let him listen to it. You know, let him deal with it. Let him deal with it. Hey, I will say this. Speaking of Ed Milet, I heard this podcast that our friend Brent Orsuga shared last week from Ed Milet, and he was actually talking about being present and understanding that there's always going to be a last time for everything that you do, but you don't know when it's going to be often. You know, it's like we don't know if this is the last time we have Iron Minds. We don't know if this is the last time we get to go for a walk. We don't know if this is the last time we're going to spend time with our family or whatever it might be. It's like you're being completely present wherever you are, not being distracted by technology or not being distracted by other things, but being fully present where you are and appreciating the moment that you're in, because we just never know. You know, in fact, Friday I was in Kansas City for a funeral of my Little League coach from many years ago. He was only 69 years old. He was in a car accident 3 weeks ago. His daughter passed away immediately. He was in the hospital, unconscious. They were doing surgeries to try to fix his body. And once they got his body back to where it was operational, they tested his brain. He had no brain functionality, and the family had to let him go. And, you know, when he woke up that morning, he didn't think this was going to be the last time that he was going to be able to think. His son didn't think it was the last time that he was going to see his dad. It's like we never know when the last time is going to be. So it's like it's so important to be present at every moment. It's such a great reminder for me just to remember that as well. It's like, you know, it's really important that no matter what you're doing, you're just there. You're just present. You're just there, giving everything you have. You just never know. You know, we'd like to think we're going to live forever. We've got another 30, 40 years to go. We don't know. Of those around us, we don't know what they have either. So really important. By the way, John says that your dog's telling you that you didn't bring enough water with you. Just to keep them hydrated during the
Wolfie,
walk.
we're pairing our minds here. We got to be able to go 30 minutes without water.
Training that dog. That's right. Get him in there. Train him.
Man,
but you know, I just
Goggins lessons today.
That's yeah, man. I just remember being at that funeral on Friday and just thinking, you know, like just another reminder. My parents are 80 now, 80 and 82. My stepdad's 82, and hopefully they got another 10, 15 years left. You know, but we never know. And man, being with them, being in their presence, just being present wherever you are, I think it's a really important skill to keep remembering, keep developing. Is no matter where you're at, just be there, just be right there, and appreciate the moment that you're in. You know, make the most of it. That's for sure. Pedro, man, we haven't heard much from you, man. The sun is rising back behind you. It looks like there's a moon behind you too. It looks beautiful, man.
Oh yeah. Hey man, I'm just listening to you gentlemen, man. Hey, I'm just
showing up, baby.
That's it, bro. Just showing up, dude. That's all I'm doing. I'm just enjoying the conversation, man. Listening to all the amazing things and advice you guys got to say. And I agree with you. Being present, man. That's a big thing. I've learned that as I've gotten older, man. That it's sometimes just about being there. It's not always about what you're doing and everything. It's just about showing up and being present in every point of your life. And I don't know, that's where I am. I said it last week. I said it many times, man. This is my second act, right? So I'm trying to make up for all the things that I didn't do during the first act. Be there in those times that I need to be there and just enjoy life with my family and especially my wife. And you're talking about your parents. When I went to my brother's wedding a few weeks ago, is it just me or is it weird how like our parents, like me, I have this fictitious idea of how old my dad is. Like, I don't know. For me, my dad is always in his mid-40s or something. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? But I was hanging out with my dad, man, and my dad was talking about his health stuff, and I was like, Dad, how old are you now, son? And he's like, I'm 72. I was like, wow, really, man? Like, dude, I thought my dad was still in his late 60s, man. So he's, but anyway, it was just sitting there thinking, it's like, wow, man, like, you know, we almost lost you 7 years ago to a heart attack, and you bounce back, and you're 72, and you're a healthy guy. But I thought that's what you said, Trey, is how many more times do I have with just my dad and I, you know, just talking about cars, which is my dad's favorite thing in the world, or, you know, the stock market, which is his second favorite thing in the world. But, you know, that's it, man. It's just being there, being present in every form of your life, with your family, with your health, with your fitness, all the things that Nick was saying about, you know, hey, even if you only get 20 minutes of it in, you know, at least you're still getting it in. At least you're still showing up and you're being present. And, yeah, that's just where I'm at in all of life right now.
I hear you, man. You know what's crazy? My dad passed away 20 years ago at the age of 60. And my memory of him is still mid to late 40s. That's what I remember about my dad. How he looked, how he felt, how he talked was mid 40s, which is where I am right now. Like, that's the crazy thought. That's kind of where I am right now. And it really is pretty wild to think about that. But love the comments in there. It all starts just showing up, Jessica says. And I love Natasha's comments. My parents are 40 and I'm still 22. Boy, sometimes in our mind we think that. I feel that way. Sometimes my body reminds me that I'm not quite in my 20s anymore. But that's just the way it is. All right, so listen, folks, we're up on time today. It's so important. Keep showing up as the schedule changes with kids going back to school and things changing a little bit. It might not even be your schedule changing. It might be like your workout partner's schedule changing because they have kids or whatever it is. Just make sure that you're intentional about getting it in. Have your tribe, have your group. Tell people what you're going to do. If you go on vacation or if you take a trip, make sure you're intentional about that. Most importantly, progress over perfection. That's the key for today, folks. Progress over perfection. We appreciate you guys. Michael Lombard, Pedro Peterson, Nick Klingsmith. Always good to see you guys. We're signing out. We'll see you back here next Tuesday as iron sharpens iron. So one person sharpens another. Get after it. Go get it. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, everybody. Let's go.